Welcome back to Fishing Texas. This portion of the show is brought to you by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time. And by the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's. Toledo Bend Reservoir, considered by most to be one of the premier bass lakes in the country. These waters were made famous in the early days of tournament bass fishing when Larry Nixon, Tommy Martin, and the like made their names on the murky waters deep in the Sabine National Forest.
You know, I first started fishing Toledo Bend when I was like 15 years old. Heck, I'm 42 years old now. I fished my first really big tournament here. It was an Angler's Choice Team Championship, man. I was all gung-ho to come, and you know, I was 15 and a half years old. I thought I was gonna win, and you know, this is a legendary lake. I mean, and you have guys like Larry Nixon, who, you know, was my hero growing up, and Tommy Martin, and you know, all of those guys kind of, I mean, they fished here, and this is just one of those lakes that it always feels good to come back to. It's early March, and the water temperature's like 62 degrees. So these fish should be real shallow. So what I'm doing right now, I'm throwing a big back cane thumper, and I'm gonna kind of follow some of these drains and hopefully bump into some, you know, clumps of hydrilla and things like that, and cover a little water. And then, you know, if I can get a few bites, then I might slow down and you know, cast a worm or something like that. You know, the things you want to look for this time of year, of course, are pockets. You know, figure out where they're on the pocket. They may be at the mouths set up. They'll stage at the mouths a lot on secondary points. That's always a good thing to do. And then work your way back. The big key, I can't stress enough, is to fish slow. You know, the longer you let something sit, the more likely you are to get bit. I'm gonna have to probably put a little weight on this thing. I'd rather fish it without a weight, but probably gonna have to put a little on it. It's just so windy. But I mean, this time of year, man, I mean, you've got to fish so slow. It's painful. You know, you have to know that probably most of these fish are on beds. You just, you know, this water, you can't really see them. So you've got to drag it slow enough where you aggravate him. And always in your mind, you've got to be thinking, where's one gonna be? You know, most of the time, this time of year, they're between bushes, you know, instead of being right smack dab in the middle of them or, you know, in front of them. So always in your mind, be thinking, of, you know, if I was a bass, where would I be spawning? You know, we were fishing today, and you know, I probably made not the sharpest decision I've made, and I had a little hunch where I thought I could catch him, and I ran across the lake, and I pull in, and I pull up on my spot, and I've got a guy in a pontoon boat out there, and I can tell he's on me now. I mean, you know, in his mind, I probably poached him, and in my mind, he was the poacher. I mean, he had a big old pontoon boat, man, and he's dragging around out there. And I'm telling you, I could see it in his eyes. He saw me in the fancy wrap boat. He saw me in the fancy jersey. And it became a little derby between me and we'll just call him Fred. Right now, I think he's got me weight-wise. I mean, I know how good he is. He's got a bigger boat. Yeah. A little more comfortable than I am probably right now. But you know, one thing I've learned from my sports psychologist is you just don't worry about that. All I can do is control what I'm doing right now. Oh, he's a big one. He's a giant. I got him. Look at that dude. I think I came back. From what I can tell, I won the Derby. In his mind, he probably did. He may have left and went to his big fish. I don't know, but in my mind, I took him. And then there was two other guys in an aluminum boat that you know, they seem to be joining in on the crowd, and I'm fishing and I catch a couple little ones and I'm really trying to grind through there. What do? They pull around the corner and catch one. In their mind, they won the Derby. Actually, they may have. I think that was a pretty good one they caught.
Coming up, we'll stick with Jeff on a tough day at Toledo Bend.
A good one.
Then we'll head up to the Dallas Metroplex for stop number 2 of the Texas Team Trail, right here on Fishing Texas.